Hi, I'm Kevin Anderson, and since you're watching this, there's a good chance you're interested in marriage counseling. So I want to take a couple of minutes to share a few thoughts with you about it. Um, and the first thought is I often tell couples marriage is a lot like golf. It's a beautiful game, and it's a difficult game. And if you think golf isn't difficult, you haven't played much of it. And the same is true of marriage, and we don't need to be ashamed of the difficulty. The best golfers in the world get the most coaching, and I really respect couples that come in and say, hey, we'd like somebody to look at our game. We might be missing something here. Just really, from the beginning of my career back in 1985, when I walked into my first semester at Ohio State, I said, who knows the most about couples around here? I want to learn about couples. From that point on, I've just respected couples that come in for help. The trouble is sometimes when couples go for help, they don't have a real good experience because there's a lot of marriage counseling that is not that helpful to couples. And if you want to read about that problem, there's a famous article by Bill Doherty that you might want to look up. There's the reference for it. And he basically says people go in and often the counselor will kind of referee their fights in the session and maybe try to teach them communication skills. But good marriage counseling involves a lot more than that. And at a minimum, we want to make sure that we're bringing in some of the top experts in the world. You may have heard of John Gottman, who is for 40 years been researching couples and what works for couples and couples therapy. And then there's Susan Johnson, whose work is just as important. These two experts together form a tremendous base for what can help couples. And so if you're working with someone who's not really drawn on their work, I would give a second thought to it. The only thing I'd add to my approach, because I use Gottman and Johnson, but I also use a lot of what I've developed over 35 years. And one way I put it is give up on happily ever after. Just give up on it. It's an illusion. What I encourage couples to go for is something I call soulfully ever after. That means to show up day after day to each other and celebrate the good stuff, talk about it, savor it, and also be present to the difficult stuff. The difficult stuff is part of what's soulful about marriage. And to do that day by day for the rest of your life together. Couples come in for lots of different reasons: affairs, tensions, communication problems, sexuality issues. I've heard maybe not all of it, but probably most of it. So if you're interested in talking, feel free to give me a call. I wish you good luck in any case in finding someone to work with you on healing or improving your marriage. Take care.